Hello everyone and welcome to an English lesson for the first grade high school students. Our topic today are habitats. In this lesson, you will distinguish different types of climates and landscapes, as well as describe habitats. For the lesson, you will need your notebook, something to write with, and a smartphone or a laptop with internet connection. You will also need a QR code reader. Feel free to stop the recording whenever you feel it is necessary, and as for the links in the lesson, you can find them in the video description. Our living environment is our habitat. How would you define it? Look at this word art. It contains a definition of a habitat. Write the definition into your notebook. What is a habitat? A habitat is a place, a home, where an organism lives. Can you think of different types of organisms? Make notes in your notebook. Did you write down the same as these ones? Animals, plants, insects, and humans. All these organisms have a habitat. Which elements are essential parts of habitats in your opinion? You can check what you have written into your notebook by watching this video. Just scan the code or copy the link. When talking about a habitat, we have to include a shelter. That's a place which gives us protection from danger. Also climate. The weather conditions are very important. Just like the landscape, the way the land is formed. And finally, no organism could survive in a habitat without food or water. Now watch the video once again. This time make notes of the types of landscapes you see. Do you have some of these landscapes on your list? This matching task is also about natural landscapes, but there are more of them in the task than in the video. Match the landscape words with their pictures. I hope the quiz wasn't difficult. Let's compare some of the landscapes now. Do you know the difference between valleys and plains? A valley is a low place between mountains or hills, usually with a river, and a plain is a large area of flat land. What about hills and mountains? This is probably easy. Mountains are taller and steeper than hills. Let's revise climate vocabulary now. In this matching exercise, you have 4 different types of climates: tropical, continental, mild, and polar. You have to match different characteristics and pictures with the climate they describe. Now that you have revised climate vocabulary, describe the climate of the area where you live. You can use the text you see here, but of course, fill in the gaps with the words appropriate for your area. Don't forget to use adjectives like severe, extremely hot or cold, warm, dry, and wet. We are not done with the video about habitats yet. Remember the 3 different types of bears and their habitats shown in the video? There was a brown bear, a polar bear, and a panda. They all have the same ancestor, but they develop differently because of their habitats. Your task is to take notes about the bears concerning their habitat, climate, landscape, food, and how they have adapted to the area where they live. Some of the answers have already been given. Copy the table into your notebook, watch the video, and take notes. So polar bears live in the Arctic with polar climate where everything is frozen. How did they adapt to the habitat? Because of their thick white coat, they are never cold. Their round and webbed paws allow them to walk on snow, and because of their sensitive noses, they can smell their favorite food, the seals, miles away. Pandas live in bamboo forests in China. They eat bamboo leaves all day long. In order to be able to eat bamboo leaves, they develop strong jaws and an extra thumb. The climate is tropical. We are more familiar with brown bears. They live in dense green forests where they eat berries and fish from rivers. Since brown bears live in the area with continental climate, they use summer and early autumn to eat as much as possible because there is plenty of food in summer and autumn, and they have to prepare for winter when there is no food. Brown bears save energy by hibernating in their dens during winter. You are ready now to describe your habitat. What does it look like? Write something about the landscape. Include the smells, sounds, and colors. Don't forget about the climate and all the living organisms you can find there. You can use the prompts from the word art. The text doesn't have to be long, 50 to 70 words. Check your writing with your virtual classroom teacher. This wheel will help you pick the habitat you will describe. Just spin it and wait and see what you will get. Have fun with it. We have come to the end of the lesson. Let's check if you have done all the activities. Have you defined the word habitat? Done the tasks connected with the video? There were 3 of them. What about the ones connected with climate and landscape? And finally, have you described the habitat? This is all for today. Thank you for taking part in the lesson. Goodbye till next time.